Hi everybody, Spencer Atkins. It's the Weather Blender blog. It's the 8th of February. It's Monday, and Mother Nature giving us no break whatsoever. A new storm already on the way, but at least our Monday looks pretty quiet. So let's jump into the graphics and check things out. We'll start right off looking at the surface map, and it's going to show us here an area of low pressure. Let's say it's out across the western sections of Minnesota out there, a little cold front that's going to squeak to the south of that. But that is also just one of two areas of low pressure. There's another one in Texas, as you can see, down to the south. All this is going to be very interesting how this comes together and plays together. Now, over the next couple of days, this is the way that areas of low pressure will form and move according to the weather models. Basically, you're looking at about 2 days there of movement. You can see a low that develops over western Kentucky and lifts up across Ohio. That's a huge one for us. But there's another one that will develop again across South Carolina and roll up to the East Coast. So these two will work in tandem. It's going to be very important how those two interact. And that will be the difference between seeing rain and snow in some neighborhoods, but we will eventually see snow for everybody. So let's talk about that. Starting off on our NAM model, the 12Z look at Tuesday, which is 7 a.m. on Tuesday. Area of low pressure is over western Alabama. The rain snow line is just to the south of West Virginia and a high pressure to the north, putting some cold air into this system. So we should start off with some snow. Not a whole lot, but some snow for that morning commute on Tuesday. This is a look at a different model. Same time frame, 7 a.m. Tuesday. This is called the GFS, and you can see the rain snow line is just a little farther to the north, so you would see something like a little more rain in far southeast Kentucky and far southern West Virginia and southwest Virginia. Although, again, some of the valleys, cold air could be trapped, and again, we could see maybe just a little pinch of some freezing rain in places like Lewisburg and Beckley. We'll watch that very closely. Now, as we go throughout the day, interesting to see this. This is looking out toward 7 p.m. on Tuesday, known as 0Z. We're talking about the International Time Standard. It shows that the cold line, the big blue line there, the rain snow line is pushed well to the south. But remember, the low is wrapped up now into Ohio, and it's drawing some warm air into that, as indicated by my red arrow, kind of displacing some of the cool air coming around that high. Now, the GFS has a similar situation, although it's developing a double barrel low. This is when things start to get complex. Can the warm air wrap around the southern low and then tuck into the feed that's coming to the northern low? It looks like that very well could, even though the rain snow line is sitting somewhere, again, to the south of most of our viewing areas. So it gets pretty complex. Now, I want you to look at, again, our models kind of all put together in a blender. And this map, sometimes it's a little difficult to see. The column on the left, the panel on the left, that's the chance of snow on Tuesday afternoon. This is putting a whole bunch of models together. And you can see it's mainly Ohio, and then it curves around to the mountains of West Virginia, and Charleston, Huntington, back through Pikeville don't see very much. Even from Beckley to the west, not seeing snow at that point. And the column or the panel on the right, that shows the chance of rain. That fits nicely in the donut hole from the panel on the left. And so that's your warm surge. Eventually, the cold air wins out. And so we'll have to wait, I think, for many areas for the snow to really begin. Now, looking out toward Wednesday morning, that cold air has collapsed in. Even the NAM shows the double barrel low with the cold air pressing in off the Great Lakes. Yes, it's light snow, but it's all snow. It's cold. It will stick. Anything that falls will stick, and we'll see some more of those waves of snow coming in off the Great Lakes. And the GFS is on board with that. The rain snow line well to the south. And although it's interesting because it's taken all the energy from the double barrel low and shifted it over to the east coast, with the high now beginning to take a little bit more of a stance and push some cold air in off the Great Lakes. And that is going to create a very good, what we call upslope snowfall, and especially in the high terrain. So let's look in the NAM weather model, how much snow we're going to see by Wednesday morning. And again, you can see the donut hole right over the Charleston area because of the warm air that punches in. That's something like 1 to 2. It's 2 to 3 in Huntington, steps up to about 5 to the west along US 23. Very little of anything in southeast Kentucky, just like the last storm. And based on elevation, you can get 6 inches Greenbrier, Pocahontas County, 5 around Beckley, stepping down to Bluefield with about 4. Now, that's the NAM model. It's a little smaller. I'll have to blow this one up here for you. This is the GFS, but it has the same look. Slightly different amounts, 1 to 2, Charleston, Huntington, 6 on the bullseye to the east around Greenbrier, Pocahontas. Look at that, 10 inches out across western Ohio, finally into southeastern Michigan. Getting in on the game for once. All right, so that's the very latest here, and we'll keep you updated. Just watch out Tuesday morning for a little brief snow changing into rain. Should be too warm throughout the bulk of the day to worry about snow until Tuesday night. We can up to a couple of inches, at least 1 to 2 around Charleston, Huntington, several inches around Beckley, Bluefield on Wednesday, with more inches to come Wednesday and Thursday on the upslope flow of the Great Lakes. That's the latest for now. We'll see you on TV later on our Monday night and Tuesday. See you.